Yeah.
But when he gets a hold of you in a real way, there's no denying what that is. And that's when people are converted. That's when they feel that and they really give their life to Jesus Christ and he comes in, it's wham. I mean, it's there. I mean, there is no escaping what that is. It is as real as a heart attack.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're stepping into the high-octane world of country star John Rich. His bold lifestyle, big-time earnings, and the latest headlines you don't want to miss. So smash that like button, hit subscribe, and let's ride into this country success story. Early life. Born John Rich on January 7, 1974, in Union City, Tennessee, and raised in the nearby town of Amarillo, Texas, John grew up in a deeply musical and faith-centered household that would lay the foundation for his future career in country music. His father, Jim Rich, was a Baptist preacher, while his mother, Judy Rich, was a devoted homemaker who kept the family closely knit. From a young age, John was surrounded by gospel music and traditional country sounds, which were frequently played in the Rich household and at the local church where his father preached. This early exposure to faith, music, and community would shape both his values and his creative identity. John's upbringing in a rural southern town offered a blend of simplicity and inspiration. He often credits his parents with instilling in him a strong work ethic and moral compass, traits that would become essential throughout his journey in the music industry. Music quickly became more than just background noise. It was a means of connection, storytelling, and expression. By the time he was a teenager, John was already learning to play guitar and writing his own songs, using music as a way to navigate his thoughts and emotions. While many of his peers pursued more conventional careers, John's interest clearly leaned toward performance and songwriting. In high school, he performed in local talent shows and played in small bands, gradually developing his stage presence and vocal style. Though he showed a talent for athletics and considered other paths, it was music that consistently drew him in. After graduating, he enrolled at Belmont University in Nashville, a city synonymous with country music, which provided the perfect environment to deepen his musical aspirations. A pivotal moment in Rich's early career came when he landed a job as a bass player and backing vocalist for the rising country group Lone Star in the early 1990s. It was a significant break that allowed him to gain first-hand experience in the professional music world. Though his time with the band would eventually come to an end in 1998 due to creative differences, it proved to be a formative period where he learned the intricacies of the music business and developed connections within the Nashville scene. One of the most important relationships of his early years emerged shortly after his departure from Lone Star. Rich crossed paths with Big Kenny Alphin, a fellow singer-songwriter with a bold and unconventional vision. The duo clicked both musically and personally, leading to the formation of Big and Rich in the early 2000s. Their unique blend of country, rock, and hip-hop influences stood out in the genre and would go on to redefine contemporary country music. John Rich's early life was defined by a mix of small-town values, musical immersion, and key relationships that steered him toward his eventual path as a country music artist, producer, and entrepreneur. The support of his family, the spiritual influence of his upbringing, and the critical experiences he gained in his early music career all played a role in shaping the artist he would become. Career and success. John Rich's career is a story of artistic reinvention, bold risk-taking, and a refusal to conform to the expected. Building on the foundation laid during his early years in Lone Star, Rich found his true breakthrough in the early 2000s when he teamed up with Big Kenny Alphin to form the genre-defying duo Big and Rich. The pair's debut album, Horse of a Different Color, released in 2004, was a game-changer for country music. Fueled by the chart-topping single Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy, the album fused country with elements of rock, hip-hop, and pop, redefining the boundaries of the genre and launching Rich into mainstream stardom. Big and Rich quickly became known not just for their innovative sound, but for their vibrant personalities and boundary-pushing lyrics. Rich's sharp songwriting skills and production acumen helped create anthems that resonated far beyond Nashville. In addition to their debut success, the duo released a string of influential albums including Come Into Your City, and between Raising Hell and Amazing Grace, with hits like Lost in This Moment, climbing the charts and securing their place in the modern country history. But John Rich's success wasn't confined to performance alone. He became a sought-after songwriter and producer, penning hits for other major artists, including Jason Aldean's Hicktown and Gretchen Wilson's Redneck Woman, the latter earning a Grammy Award and cementing Rich's status as one of the top creative forces in country music. His work behind the scenes proved just as impactful as his on-stage presence, and he soon found himself collaborating with country legends and emerging artists alike. As his career progressed, Rich expanded his reach with a keen sense of business and branding. He became a recurring figure on reality television, most notably winning The Celebrity Apprentice in 2011, where his strategic mind and competitive spirit earned praise from both viewers and Donald Trump, then the show's host. The win raised his public profile and opened doors to further entrepreneurial ventures. That same year, Rich used his platform to raise significant funds for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, showcasing a philanthropic side of his success. Continuing to diversify his career, Rich launched Redneck Riviera, a lifestyle brand encompassing a line of American-made whiskey, a bar and venue in Nashville, and a line of apparel. This venture was more than just a business move. It was a branding extension of his blue-collar values and patriotic ethos. His whiskey brand, in particular, became a commercial success, with a portion of profits going towards supporting U.S. veterans, further reinforcing his public image as both an entertainer and advocate. Throughout the years, John Rich has collected numerous accolades, including CMA and ACM awards, as well as industry-wide recognition for his songwriting and innovation. More than just a musician, Rich has become a powerful force in country music and beyond. A producer, mentor, businessman, and outspoken voice for the working-class American. His ability to pivot between roles, evolve his sound, and build a brand rooted in authenticity has ensured his longevity in a rapidly shifting industry. With a career that has spanned decades and touched nearly every corner of the entertainment world, John Rich's impact is undeniable. From the honky-tonks of Tennessee to national television stages and boardrooms, his story is one of perseverance, vision, and a deep-rooted belief in staying true to his voice. Today, his business ventures and continued musical contributions have made him not only one of country music's most influential artists, but also one of its most successful entrepreneurs. Income and net worth. John Rich's financial success mirrors his dynamic and multifaceted career, with an estimated net worth ranging from $10 million to $25 million, according to multiple sources. While his roots lie in country music, Rich has built a diversified portfolio of income streams that extend far beyond the recording studio or concert stage. His ability to blend talent, business acumen, and branding savvy has made him one of country music's more financially astute figures. A substantial portion of Rich's income stems from his success as a recording artist and songwriter. As half of the country duo Big and Rich, he earned millions from album sales, touring, and merchandise. The group's breakthrough album, Horse of a Different Color, went multi-platinum, and hit singles like Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy, and Lost in This Moment generated significant royalties. In addition, Rich's work as a solo artist and his extensive songwriting credits for other stars, including hits for Gretchen Wilson, Jason Aldean, and Faith Hill, have contributed a steady stream of publishing income over the years. However, Rich's financial influence extends well beyond music. His win on The Celebrity Apprentice in 2011 not only added to his public profile but also spotlighted his business prowess. Rich also earns income as a producer and media personality, with appearances on television as a judge, commentator, and guest host, particularly in country music and conservative media circles. These roles, though not as high-paying as touring or merchandise, help keep his brand active and relevant across multiple platforms. With a career that spans decades and includes hitmaking, producing, brand development, and philanthropy, John Rich has turned his artistic talents into a diversified financial empire. His income reflects both creative and strategic success, and with his ongoing ventures, especially Redneck Riviera, his net worth is likely to continue growing in the years ahead. Lifestyle insights. Beyond his achievements in music and business, John Rich lives a lifestyle that reflects his larger-than-life personality, deep patriotism, and strong-rooted values. Known for his bold style and outspoken views, Rich embraces a lifestyle that blends Southern tradition with modern flair. He's not just a country music star. He's a man of many passions and pursuits that reveal a more intimate side of who he is. Rich's personal interests extend into the realms of firearms, hunting, and vintage cars, hobbies that reflect both his love for tradition and his connection to rural America. He's an avid collector of American-made goods and frequently highlights his preference for craftsmanship and quality. In his downtime, he often hosts jam sessions, political discussions, or charity events at his home, using his platform to bring people together around shared values and causes. Philanthropy plays a significant role in Rich's life. He is a passionate supporter of U.S. military veterans, and a portion of the profits from his Redneck Riviera whiskey brand goes directly to Folds of Honor, an organization that provides educational scholarships to the children and spouses of fallen service members. Rich has also participated in numerous benefit concerts, charity auctions, and televised fundraising events to support disaster relief and health-related causes. His commitment to giving back is woven into both his personal and professional endeavors, reinforcing the values he frequently promotes in public. When it comes to personal style, Rich is anything but understated. Often seen in cowboy hats, embellished jackets, jeans, and custom boots, his fashion choices mirror his public persona, flashy yet rooted in tradition. His signature look has become part of his brand, helping him stand out in an industry that often trends toward the conventional. He embraces individuality and uses his style to communicate pride, identity, and confidence. However, Rich's unapologetic approach to life has also brought its share of controversy. He is known for being outspoken on political and cultural issues, particularly in support of conservative values. His social media presence has sparked debate, drawing both praise and criticism. While some admire his candor and willingness to speak his mind, others have challenged his views as divisive. Yet Rich remains steadfast in his beliefs, often stating that staying true to oneself is more important than appeasing public opinion. These moments of public scrutiny have not led to a shift in character, but rather have reinforced his image as a fiercely independent thinker. Ultimately, John Rich's lifestyle is a reflection of his character: confident, loyal, creative, and deeply principled. Whether he's on stage, at home, or leading a charitable initiative, Rich brings passion and authenticity to everything he does. His life outside the spotlight adds dimension to his legacy, portraying him not just as a successful musician and entrepreneur, but as a man committed to faith, freedom, and family. As his journey continues to evolve, so too does the imprint he leaves on country music, American culture, and the communities he holds close. Relationships and personal life. John Rich's life, much like his music, is grounded in strong values, and at the center of it all are the personal relationships and deep connections that have shaped his journey. Known for being fiercely private about his family life, Rich has nonetheless shared glimpses of the meaningful bonds that have helped keep him anchored, both in the spotlight and behind the scenes. Rich has been married to Joan Bush since 2008, and together they have 2 sons. Although the couple generally keeps their children out of the public eye, John often speaks about the importance of fatherhood and the values he hopes to instill in the next generation. In early 2025, insiders close to the family shared that Joan is expecting their 3rd child, due later this year, a piece of joyful news that further reinforces Rich's deep devotion to family life. Those who know him say he's overjoyed about becoming a father again, and that this new chapter is a welcome blessing for the Rich household. Raised in a musical household in Amarillo, Texas, Rich also shares a strong bond with his parents and extended family. His father, a Pentecostal preacher, instilled in him a foundation of faith, discipline, and patriotism, principles that still guide his decisions today. Though he doesn't often speak about his siblings, Rich has credited his close-knit family for providing a grounding influence throughout his fast-paced career. Professionally, Rich has forged some of the most enduring and influential partnerships in country music. His friendship and creative alliance with Big Kenny Alphen, forming the genre-blending duo Big and Rich, is one of the most iconic in modern country. Rich has also formed deep friendships and working relationships within the Nashville music community. Most notably through the Music Mafia Collective, he co-founded with Big Kenny, Gretchen Wilson, and other artists seeking to break free from the constraints of the traditional country scene. That group not only fostered creativity, it created a supportive ecosystem of artists who continue to lift one another up to this day. Outside of music, Rich has aligned with public figures who share his outspoken views on politics, personal freedom, and American values. In every facet of his life, Rich's relationships reflect a man who values integrity, connection, and legacy. He surrounds himself with people who embody his values, and he returns their support with genuine loyalty. Whether in his family, his music, or his business ventures, John Rich stays rooted in the people and principles that have defined his journey. His deep personal bonds aren't just part of his life story. They're a driving force behind his passion, his purpose, and his place in country music history. And while those personal ties have always grounded him, John Rich has also made his mark in more material ways. Now let's take a look inside the stunning homes and unique properties that reflect the larger-than-life persona of this country music powerhouse. Real estate. John Rich's real estate portfolio is a striking extension of his bold personality, patriotic spirit, and larger-than-life approach to living. One of his most famous past residences is the legendary home known as Mount Richmore, located in the Green Hills area of Nashville, Tennessee. Spanning over 17,000 square feet, the mansion is equal parts music venue, entertainment complex, and luxury retreat. The home includes 5 bedrooms, 10 bathrooms, a private elevator, a guitar-shaped pool, and a fully outfitted music studio. Rich famously turned the top level into a fully functional bar and event space, complete with a stage, custom lighting, and memorabilia from across his career. Designed as both a residence and a showcase of his journey through country music, Mount Richmore became an icon in its own right, so much so that it was frequently used for charity events, music video shoots, and exclusive industry gatherings. According to reports, Rich listed the property for sale in recent years, with a price tag estimated at $6.9 million. Currently, Rich maintains a quieter but equally impressive estate in the Nashville area, where he lives with his wife and growing family. Though less publicized than Mount Richmore, his current home still reflects his love for Southern tradition blended with contemporary luxury. The house is reportedly equipped with 6 bedrooms, multiple entertainment lounges, and a state-of-the-art home studio, allowing him to work on music without ever leaving the property. Rich has also made room for family-focused features, including a massive outdoor space where his children can play, and where guests are frequently welcomed for relaxed cookouts or acoustic jam sessions under the Tennessee sky. The aesthetic of Rich's properties leans heavily into classic Americana. Think dark woods, leather furniture, vintage signs, taxidermy, and framed photos of country legends. His homes aren't just places to live, they're extensions of his creative energy, filled with character and an unmistakable sense of identity. Whether it's a hidden speakeasy-style bar tucked into the lower level or a custom-built music vault, there's always a personal touch that ties back to Rich's roots and passions. Beyond the lavishness, what truly stands out is how his real estate choices mirror his lifestyle. Bold, unapologetic, and built around faith, freedom, and family. Rich's properties aren't designed to impress strangers. They're built to honor his journey, host his community, and house the life he's worked hard to build. His real estate reflects the same values that define him: authenticity, independence, and a deep connection to the heartland of America. Cars and vehicles. John Rich's relationship with cars is a reflection of his bold personality, love for Americana, and his passion for both performance and freedom. Before becoming a country music legend, Rich, like many young aspiring musicians, drove modest vehicles that were practical and suited his humble beginnings. One of his first cars was a beat-up pickup truck, a vehicle that perfectly mirrored his life at the time, full of ambition, a bit rough around the edges, but reliable and ready for the road ahead. He's shared stories about the truck getting him through tough times and long drives, often to and from gigs where he'd perform in small venues. As his career skyrocketed, so did his taste in vehicles. With fame came the opportunity to indulge in higher-end cars, but true to Rich's style, he hasn't gone the route of ostentatious supercars. Instead, his collection has evolved toward rugged, powerful machines that align with his southern roots and personal style. One of his signature vehicles is a custom-built Ford F-150 Raptor, a monster truck that reflects his love for powerful, no-nonsense vehicles. The Raptor is perfect for someone who appreciates a vehicle that can handle any terrain, much like Rich's own approach to the music industry, always ready for any challenge. Rich is also known for his appreciation of classic cars, especially vintage American muscle cars. He's been seen behind the wheel of a 1969 Chevrolet Camaro, an iconic muscle car that combines raw power with sleek design. The Camaro is a nod to his deep love of American culture and his respect for the classics, both in music and automobiles. His taste in cars reflects his love for timeless things that stand the test of time. Though he's never been one to build an extensive car collection, Rich has been known to occasionally auction off or sell vehicles, particularly those with strong sentimental value, or those he feels are best suited for someone else's collection. His relationship with cars isn't just about ownership, it's about connection, personal style, and the experience of the road. What surprised you most about John Rich's journey? Tell us in the comments. If you liked this video, check out the ones on your screen now. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.